Hi, I'm Luke.
And I'm Lisa.
Welcome to the Puppy Training Talk Show. So what's our news today?
What's going on in the news today? Nothing?
No.
Wouldn't that be great if we had nothing to say about the news? Alrighty, what about the weather?
It's sunny with a chance of cats.
The case of the dog sits. That's my favorite yet.
I know what that sounds like. My friend kept tricking me to say that at recess.
He was saying, say sit, say sit.
Say sit.
Oh, alrighty. Well, what are we going to talk about today?
Dog stress in the rain.
Dog stress in the ring. So do you have a dog that stresses in the ring? First of all, let's define stress. What do you think dog stress is?
So it means that they might be a little scared of loud noises, the people in the corner.
Yep, like the ring crew.
Yeah, I'm worried a little bit about that with my puppy, but he's starting to run up to people. And I think he'll be fine with the loud noises because we have gunshots everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think the noises, I don't think that's going to bother him. I think the people and maybe other dogs we need to get him used to.
Yes.
So what other signs of stress are there? So what do you think?
They could
What does a dog do when they're stressed? And by the way, we haven't rehearsed this. I'm throwing these questions out at Luke and he's got to figure it out on his own.
So they don't want to do something.
Right.
But sometimes this is what you can do what they like at the beginning. That's what I usually do with Spy.
Yep. Like what?
I usually do some sits.
Okay.
And it can help if you go between your legs. He's too tall for me.
Well, you're growing.
Or paws up.
Paws up.
And some twirls,
Yep.
just don't get them too dizzy. And some nose. Or some paw.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
If they like it, that could help.
It does really help. It helps tremendously. What are we doing with our puppies? A whole lot.
We do a lot of paws ups.
Paws
and
up
sits.
is huge with the puppies. They're a year old now, but they will be puppies until we get new puppies. That's my rule. They're called puppies until the next puppy comes.
Well, I taught Jill how to do a paws up in one day.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I just started saying paws up to Jimmy, and Jill just started watching, so she finally did it.
Oh, that's funny. So paws up is great. We'll do that a lot with the puppies. So whenever I feel like they are stressing, when they're leaving, they're nervous, whatever, I do paws up. It's instantaneous now. I want them to... I'm going to kill Rev. He's not stressing. I'm stressing over Rev. Every time I have them put their paws on me, I want them to touch me. I don't want them just close to me. I want them touching me. So paws up is great.
Aren't you working on Amy jumping in your arms Tandem does?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to work on it. Zumi will jump up in my arms.
He can jump high.
He can jump really high. Why is it that little dogs can jump really high? I'm working on getting Emmy to jump in my arms. Got to work on that. But anyway, let's go back to defining what stress looks like. So Luke said accurately that stress could look like the dogs are... What did you say?
They could not want to do something.
They don't want to do something. Oh, I'm getting old. Right, so if they're not doing what you think that they should be doing or what that you're cueing them to do and they're not doing it. So if they go off course and you're positive, I look this way, they went that way, that could be a sign of stress for the dog. And they're not being bad dogs, they're nervous and scared about something.
Just one thing.
Okay.
Don't get mad at your dogs if they do something wrong.
Say that again.
Don't get mad at your dogs if they do something wrong.
Exactly. Don't get mad at your dogs, because what does that do?
That would just make them not want to do it more, and that would just make them not do it.
Right, exactly. And it is hard sometimes. I know that we, as humans, can get mad and upset, and I can't say that I never get mad at my dogs. I do. But I try very hard not to. There are things that if my dogs flip off me, I get mad. Yep.
Like now with Rev.
Yes, Rev. Naughty Rev. Everybody that knows Rev, it's Naughty Rev. Anyway, so other signs of stress. So like, okay, them leaving you is a sign of stress. So if your dog goes off sniffing, your dog goes off and visit ring crew.
They could they
Okay.
could be turning around and looking back at everyone
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Dogs can. Yeah, they're looking around. They're
Like-
looking at what's going on. They're looking up, down, around. That is a sign of stress.
Like Jimmy, I think he'll be fine, but he doesn't like the ring crew. So it could help like if you can have like friends like stand in the corner while you're practicing.
Yes, yes, exactly. So what we need to do that. You need, now that Luke is on, yesterday was his last day of school, so now he's got to come out. I teach class on Wednesday morning, so you need to come out.
I was
and do
busy
class.
doing one.
Yeah.
Well, we had the summer packet our teacher gave us.
Oh, okay.
At Mom's making me do.
Oh, good. Well, you don't have to do it on Wednesday mornings. You could come to class.
Well, I actually didn't know what time it was starting.
Okay. Well, I'll make you come out next Wednesday. Because that was a great statement. Because if you have a dog that's stressy, you have a dog that wants to visit ring crew, wants to visit, then you want to try to simulate that away from trials. So like having people ring crew, if you go to class, you practice, have somebody come out and stand far away at first, stay far away. And try to get more people as you start practicing, and the dog ignores the other person. So hang on a second. If my dog is stressy and wants to go visit somebody else, I don't care if they do obstacles as long as they stay with me. So if they try to do an obstacle and then reward them, toss them a toy, give them a treat, put the bucket out, do a couple obstacles, stop, reward them. Don't try to do a whole course. You got to go back incrementally. You put somebody in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Put somebody out there and just do a couple obstacles, reward. That is really helpful to do that, and then build up to doing more obstacles and having more people in the ring. Okay.
They could just be stressed about the hood. So you could get your friends to wear a hood too.
That's true.
Even though our puppies won't be scared of that because I wear wacky costumes.
He does wear wacky costumes. They won't be afraid of masks. But some dogs are afraid of men. Some dogs are afraid of cowboy hats. One year at Champs, a couple years ago, one of the judges had a cowboy hat on. It was close to the A-frame, and it was the finals. And I swear he was there before, but I saw a couple dogs in the finals freak out because he was standing right there and had a cowboy hat on. So, have you ever had a cowboy hat on around our dogs? We have to pull out the cowboy hats. I think I'm gonna have to buy myself a cowboy hat though, too.
We do have a lot of more wacky hats.
We do have wacky hats.
We have things that pop out.
But the hoods, it is scary when, you're coming at somebody with a hood, a big guy, a tall guy, an umbrella. I think we've talked about this stuff before, but to try to, get your dog used to seeing other things. That's a good point. Let's see. What are other signs of stress? Go ahead.
Let me think.
All right, so I'll keep talking then. A sign of stress. So outward signs of stress: dog leaving you, dog sniffing, dog not leaving the start line, dog running off away, doing its own thing sometimes. Okay.
Dog shaking.
Yeah. Sometimes actually dogs will pick up grass, pick up the cones, stop, roll over.
Sometimes when they're scared, they roll over on their belly.
Yeah, so they could do that. But there are other signs of stress as well that sometimes we might not pick up on. So really get to know your dog so that you can see the signs of stress. So example, if they're normally fast and they've slowed down, that could be a sign of stress. That could be a sign of they're sore, there's something wrong physically. It could be your dog usually does turn great and he didn't turn that great that time. Maybe there's something that's bothering. So dogs they could be inwardly stressing and you don't realize it. So just know your dog so you know that if there's something going on, you can react to it. So if your dog is stressy, what should you do?
You could try doing things that they like.
Exactly, like we said earlier, but like what? But even in the ring, so even when you're trialing and your dog goes off course or is stressing, goes visit somebody, what should you do?
You could bring a toy, even though
That's right, we forgot about that. Good job. Because now most venues have, you could train in the ring. So if your dog is nervous, bring your toy out. You can't use a toy with treats in them, but you can use a toy. So trying to bring a toy out is a fantastic idea. Good job, Luke. Because I think all venues have that now. And make sure you actually use the toy appropriately. So if use the toy, like don't just run around with the toy in your hand. Stop, toss it to your dog. Like let your dog have the toy. If you're afraid your dog's going to take off on a loop, use a toy on a rope and still toss it and hold it so that they can't go far. Because I've watched people just run around and not reward their dog at all. I'm like, what was the purpose of that? To just lure them around? Like you want to reward them, and so good boy, Rev. Rev, come. Rev, come. Come here, Rev. Come here, Rev. He just wanted to take off and he didn't. That was fantastic. He's going to ignore me, but at least he didn't run out the door like an idiot. Because I'm pounding and any noise sets them off. Anyway, so rewarding your dog is great. That was great. That was a great idea. I totally forgot about that. Toys in the ring is fantastic. So but if you don't, because you have to say you're going to use a toy. So if you're in the ring and your dog is stressing, stop. Put your hands on him. Who cares if you get eliminated? At least in ADAC you don't get whistled off. You can just pet him. Good boy. Good job. But a lot of times, if your dog is nervous, motivationally challenged, if you actually pet them kind of rough, like, hey, good job. Some dogs, not all dogs, depending on your dog. Some dogs need a nice pet. Oh, good boy. But some dogs like a hey, that gets them excited. Seems like Spy's getting up, like, hey. But don't be afraid to put your hands on your dogs. And here comes Emmy. So that, it's okay. And pause up, it's okay, good dog. Do some spins, some turns, some high fives, rock on it, and then make something up and leave, right? So do short courses. Don't do long courses if your dog is stressed. Move down a level. You can also move down. You don't have to stay in the higher levels. Do shorter courses and be successful. Right, Spy? All right, what else?
And be proud of your dogs.
Good answer. Good answer again. Be proud of your dogs. Yes. Right? Because the more confidence you have in them, the happier you are with them, the more confidence and less stressy they will be too. Right?
Don't be disappointed if they get off course.
That's a hard one, Luke. That's a good one. It is hard. I know. Like, you spend money, you train, your dog goes off course, your dog knocks a bar. It's hard not to be pissy. But we have to try very hard not to be, especially with stressy dogs. Just keep on a-rocking. Just keep on a-going. And I can tell you, in a year from now, we'll have a lot more to say after we start running our puppies. I'm sure I'll be running Emmy before a year. But
I won't.
you might. We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes. I'm sure they're a year old now, so, you have almost a year, 8 more months till they can trial. So, almost a year. I'm sure that they're going to teach us a lot, and we'll have a lot more to say. But anyway, anything else?
Don't get mad at your dogs.
And have fun.
And comment.
Yeah. So let us know if you have any thoughts, comments, anything. Hope you enjoyed this and hope you learned something. Alrighty.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
All right.